What's going on, everybody? This is LB the Realist with Surrealistic Studios, Surreal News, where the real is surreal. So check this out. I mentioned in my last video that I don't really think that a lot of people are taking Joe Biden and his cognitive decline seriously. I don't think enough people are really taking into account who they're propping up to go against Donald Trump come general election. So for all the people who are propping up Joe Biden, for all the people who say that Joe Biden is the most electable for whatever reason, I need you guys to wake up. I need you guys to really wake up and see what you're doing, not only to yourselves, not only to Joe Biden, but to the country. Joe Biden is highly unelectable. He is in cognitive decline. He's known to have brain aneurysms. You see him on the stage. You see him on a debate stage. You see him at his rallies. He confused his wife with his sister with his wife. You know, he brings up random stories and anecdotes that after a while you forget what the point was. You know, he doesn't even know what day it is. Yet you're propping him up as if he's a serious contender, as if he has a chance against the bully in chief, which is Donald Trump. Now, for all Donald Trump's faults, him being orange, his hair, you know, the fact that he's just a liar, all of that taken into account, none of that is going to be enough. None of it is going to be enough for Joe Biden to overcome when Joe Biden is a human walking gaffe machine. You're being irresponsible. You are being irresponsible for propping this person up. It's fine to like Joe Biden. I'm not personally attacking Joe Biden. This is about his candidacy. This is about the future of the country. This is about fact. And it is a fact that Joe Biden should not be running. Everyone wants to throw their support behind Joe Biden and consolidate behind Joe Biden and call him the front runner. But all of the support, the movement, the energy is with Bernie Sanders. All of the major support is with Bernie Sanders. It's not with Joe Biden, because people can tell the difference between somebody who has been fighting for the people for decades and a person who can't put together a coherent sentence. At least Trump can do that. At least Trump can put together a semi-coherent sentence. With Joe Biden, I can't say the same. With everything in Joe Biden's history, his record on voting for the crime bill, when Bernie Sanders vehemently argued against it, and I know Bernie Sanders did in fact vote for that same crime bill. He did. And he should be held responsible for that vote. The only difference is Bernie Sanders did not want to vote on that. He did not want the crime bill because he knew the effects, as he did with the Iraq War, which is another vote that Joe Biden actually got wrong. Joe Biden likes to bring up, and I brought it up in my last video, that two veterans went to a Joe Biden rally or meeting, and they called him out about his Iraq War vote. And he brought up his son, saying, "Hey, my son went and my son died. Are you talking about my son?" Just strawmanning people, because he can't answer for what he did. So we need to really take into account the type of people that we're propping up here. We're not dealing with a person who really wants to be president. He's doing this for some reason, and I don't know what it is. But I feel as though it's forced. I feel as though he really does not want to be running for president right now. He wants to be at home with his grandkids, or he wants to be just enjoying the rest of his life. And that's what he should be doing. That's why I think it's irresponsible for people to be propping up Joe Biden. I think it's irresponsible for people around Joe Biden in his main circle to be telling him, "Hey, you're doing great, Joe. Hey, you have a shot. hey, you should do this. It's not right. It's not right. And to be frank, it's really not funny. I know we laugh and we make jokes about Joe Biden and everything like that, but it is really sad what's going on. He's not supposed to be running for president, but he is. And he's going to go against Donald Trump if Bernie loses. And that's not going to be a pretty sight. And everyone's going to be ranting and raving and calling Donald Trump, and anybody who says anything against Joe Biden, they're going to be calling us a bully. But we're not the ones who voted for Joe Biden. We're not the ones who propped him up. We're not the ones that are lying to him to his face. We're the ones who supported Bernie Sanders, who support Bernie Sanders, or some other candidate who's not a human gaffe machine, who didn't vote for the crime bill or the war in Iraq. And I know Bernie voted for that same crime bill, but Bernie argued against that crime bill. There's footage of him doing it. He has the receipts. And the only reason he voted for that crime bill is because it had violence against women, because it had that act in there, that amendment that was able to get slipped in there. It's the only reason he voted for it. And he knew that that was an incorrect vote. He knows that. Does Biden? You know what's sad is that a lot of people that are close to me, in fact, said that they don't care about the crime bill because crack in the 80s, crack cocaine, the drug in the 80s was running rampant, and it was really, really bad. I was born in 88, so I wouldn't know how bad. I wasn't cognizant, or yeah, I wasn't really aware. You know, I was a baby. So I didn't have to grow up with, you know, the crack epidemic. People in my family did. And they say that even though Biden and Hillary and all these people voted for it, they don't hold that against them because it was so bad. And mind you, people in my family were the direct, they were directly affected by that crime bill. But they still hold the feelings that they hold. And I respect them for it. I totally respect them for it. But when the crime bill has ruined so many lives, when it disproportionately locked up black and brown people and not white people, there's something wrong with that. I don't care how bad the crack epidemic was. There's something wrong with that. And this person, Joe Biden, voted for that. Hillary Clinton calling people super predators. Guess what? Black people don't own any boats. Obviously, black people own boats. I'm just saying, we didn't bring the drugs here. It got here somehow. So how did it get here? Were black people bringing in the cocaine? No. It was getting here though, right? And I'll leave that up in the air for you to speculate on who brought it in and all that. I'm not gonna speculate too much on that. But my point being is that it was given to a people, and the people sold it because they needed to make money. We need to stop demonizing people who sell drugs. I understand if you're a person who sells drugs and you kill people and you rape and you do all this bad stuff, I get that. But people who just sell weed, or people who are selling a product because they need to make money, how about we come up with different ways in order for people to make money so that they don't have to go to drugs? How about we just take that off the table? How about we decriminalize? How about we legalize and regulate all drugs and stop this bullshit drug war? How about we do that? That way we don't have to keep locking up people because they're selling a banned substance. How about we actually help people that are addicted and in the streets so that they don't have to go out and steal shit to pay for their habit? How about we get them the help that they need? The therapy. the education, jobs, something to do, something guaranteed. How about we help our people that are in prison when after they get out of prison and then they can't find jobs because they got a felony on their record? How about we help those people so that they're able to still make a living after they get out, so that we can decrease the rate of recidivism? How about we do that? The only person who's gonna do that, that's in this race right now, is Bernie Sanders. But yet the establishment wants to prop up a human gaff machine. A person who can't stop telling people to vote for other people. If you have any disagreement with Joe Biden, the first thing he's gonna say, well, you should vote for Trump. Oh, come on, man. Come on, I was the one with the president, my boss. We hold these truths to see. You know the thing. This is the guy you guys want as president of the United States of America? For real? But people on Twitter get mad at me because I say that I'm going to laugh at Joe Biden when he goes up against Trump. I'm not the one who voted for him. I'm not the one propping him up. I'm not the one that's lying to him. I didn't vote for any of this. I voted for Bernie Sanders. That's my preferred candidate because I know he can defeat Trump. That's what the polls say. That's who Trump is actually scared of. You think he's scared of a Biden presidency? The jokes are already starting with Donald Trump. You think it's going to end? Or do you think it's going to get worse? Come on, people. The time to consolidate behind progressivism is now. I supported Tulsi Gabbard. I love Tulsi Gabbard. She has her flaws. I don't agree with everything she has to say, but I think the time for her to drop out is now. I honestly don't know what she's still doing in the race. Now, she won a delegate, so she was supposed to be in the debates. They excluded her from the debates, even though they let Bloomberg in, and they changed the rules to let him in, even though he didn't reach the donor threshold. Tulsi Gabbard reached it apparently, and they're keeping her out, which is wrong. She should be able to go to the debates. But at this time, when we're already voting and delegates are up and progressivism, human values are at stake, it's in my opinion that this is the time for her to drop out and to endorse Bernie Sanders or endorse Biden. Whatever the case may be, the time is now to pick your side. Tulsi can run again in 2020. She's not running for Congress again, right? So she could run for president again. She's kept herself, in the limelight. She won't be forgotten. So I don't know what her plan is right now. Because all I keep thinking to myself is that she's taking votes away from Bernie. Because people are still, they love Tulsi. They're going to vote Tulsi. But if Tulsi's dropped out now, thought about the future instead of the present, and backed progressive and backed Bernie Sanders, then the movement would be so much stronger right now. And we would be competing strongly with Biden and his supporters. But right now, we're the underdog again because too many people want to do their own thing. Elizabeth Warren doesn't know who to endorse. She needs more time to figure out what her human values are. It sounds very political to me, and that's a shame. Tulsi Gabbard's still in the race, even though she only has one or two delegates. She didn't even win the American Samoa. Bloomberg won. I think she came in like third. Maybe second or third. So the time is now, folks. The establishment has spoken. There's rumors going around. I'm not sure how true it is, but there's rumors going around that Obama made some phone calls in the background and got Pete and Amy and Beto and Bloomberg all on one page so they can support Biden, the establishment. That's what they're supporting. So just know, if you support Biden, if you support Buttigieg or Klobuchar or Bloomberg, you are a supporter of the establishment. You are a supporter of the oligarch. And it's people like you that make it more difficult, because they use people against people. It's not just the people against the oligarchs. Now it's the people against the people that are defending the oligarchs. Just know this is what you're doing when you prop up the likes of Joe Biden. A lot of people are not going to vote for Joe Biden. We're not going to rally behind Joe Biden. Democratic establishment, they know this, and they're doing it anyways, which tells me that they don't care. They don't care if they implode the party. They don't care if you never vote Democrat again. They figure, well, enough of us will be back, because at the end of the day, there's only Democrats and Republicans. And most people are not going to vote Republican. That only leaves the Democrats. But if you're saying that if we could choose a candidate and you totally ignore us, or you do all of these things, mess with the poll, mess with the votes, voter suppression, all of this bullshit, media bias, articles being written, you attack progressivism, we need to come together, folks. We need to come together. Tulsi supporters, Warren supporters, anybody who believes in human decency and real human values, the time is now. Think about it. Don't put your support behind a candidate who's just going to do nothing but prop up the establishment that doesn't give one iota about you or about what you go through. Bernie Sanders does. He's been saying the same thing for years now. Whether you disagree on a certain aspect of his policies or this or that there, I think most people will agree that Bernie Sanders is the most genuine, most original politician we've ever seen. And he deserves more support and more praise than what he's been getting. And it's really sad to see. It's sad to see the people in the South, older people, are being so selfish, and they're not thinking about their kids or their kids' kids. They're not thinking about the future at all. They're just thinking about themselves, and they're thinking about the present. Because, sad to say, no offense, with all due respect, a lot of our seniors will be gone in a few years. And guess who's going to be here? Guess who's still going to be here to reap all the nonsense, to inherit all of the nonsense? It's going to be us. We're going to inherit all their fucked up voting and all of their establishment, what's the right word? Malarkey. Climate change, we're going to inherit all of it. All because of a select group of people wanted to be irresponsible and do this country a huge disservice. So just think about that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like this video if you like, share it, and subscribe to this channel. Help me grow so we can help each other. Until next time, love, peace, and light. See you guys on the next one. I'm out.